everyone, this is Silas Ram, AsianCultureVulture.com. I'm welcoming Vani Tripathy Tikku. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Shailesh.
So Vani, you are on the Central Board of Film Certification in India and also on the steering committee of the International Film Festival of India. Sometimes the message that is communicated outside India is people feel a little bit nervous and are a bit anxious about the environment for films in India. And I know you're on the certification board, and there was a lot of controversy, obviously, around Padmavat. Can you kind of dispel those sort of myths that are floating around in the West, in the UK and stuff? There's a lot of, people think, can people really make the films they want to and show them everywhere or anywhere?
My little tiny shoulders are going to bear a lot of burden to answer this, but I won't shy away from it. I want to be very clear and very, very direct about answering this. Padmavat was a film which did not get a single cut from the CBFC. Despite the misnomer and all the anti-perception propaganda campaign which happened around it, you must understand that this was a film which became national calamity overnight. And it went on and on for several months. There are two sides to it. CBFC did not even give a single modification, forget a cut.
Right.
The filmmakers changed the name because Sanjay and the producers had claimed that this was based on Malik Muhammad Jaisi's epic poem in Awadhi called Padmavat. So there was nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There were just 2-3 things which were, there was some issue with the Ghumar dance. That was a modification.
Sure.
And a disclaimer, because the whole controversy was whether the film is fiction or history.
Absolutely.
Apart from that, not a single cut. All that tamasha which happened, 600 cuts, 300 cuts, 30 cuts, is all nonsense.
Yeah.
CBFC did its job to the hilt, despite all the pressure that we were under.
Sure.
And I have to grant it to Prasoon Joshi, the chairperson, that he was so nuanced in his approach to handle the film, and he was so subtle about it. Number two, there is another aspect, which is the societal aspect, which I must talk about.
Yeah.
India is a sensitive democracy. This whole sort of discourse which plays out in public, I'm a filmmaker and I'm not talking about Padmavat, so please underline this.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the issue of making cinema. This whole narrative becomes my freedom of expression. If freedom was absolute, in countries like France, there would not be a certification body. If freedom was absolute, and I'm not saying that freedom should not be absolute, but I am not here to, debate the constitution and the law of the land.
Sure.
Anything which leads to trouble, violence, people's security jeopardized. There's a difference between consumption of content privately.
Right.
Everybody says content is in the palm. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But what is the difference between the theatrical release of a film and what is in your palm? The difference is what is private and what is public.
Okay.
For example, when 500 people go to a theatre, what is the faith that they have?
Right.
The faith is that they will go inside, they will watch a film, and they will come out. So the responsibility is who? The exhibitor, the distributor, the producer, and the filmmaker. Now, to say that artists are irresponsible people, even if I was not on the CBFC, I would say it's a completely wrong thing to say. Artists are extremely sensible and extremely responsible people, because who are our audiences?
Yeah.
Who are the people who are consuming that content? The very people who make us who we are. Can we have this kind of disregard for people who are consuming that content? That's a question I always ask my friends. And mostly the answer is no, we cannot have disregard for people who have made us who we are.
Okay.
And I think in a democracy like our country, or any democracy whatsoever for that matter, this cannot be forgotten.
Okay. So you think that the environment for filmmakers in India is such that they can make any film they want?
Absolutely, all kinds of cinema. Come on, we are the largest film producing country of the world.
Sure.
Imagine, do you even know that more than 18,000 films in a year get certified, and which are the ones which have a provocation or a controversy 0.03%.
Right.
Does this even match the figure that we are talking about? And these thousands of films are short films, documentary films, feature, non-feature, everything the works. So what are we talking about? We are one of the most free and fair country of producing content. 60,000 minutes of content is produced every single year, every single financial year in India. So who's producing the 60,000 minutes of content? People who are contributing to the narrative. How can anybody say, even have any doubt about India being free and fair, as far as content creation is concerned?
I want to come to now, there are a lot of people in Britain who want to make a film in India. There are a lot of Indian stories that they want to cover, and India offers a great rich variety of environments to make film. And there's always been the bureaucracy question, and having to go through many levels to try and make wanting to make a film in India. Is that too something that you're interested in?
Absolutely. So I said co-production market was a very big thrust. In fact, you will be very happy to know that one of the first treaties which happened between any country and India was the United Kingdom. So obviously, I mean, look, from Slumdog Millionaire and before and after, there are so many filmmakers who've been shooting in India. We've been shooting in London. London is one of the favorite destinations, whether it's a Cannes film or whether it's a film of another kind. You know that London, UK, Ireland, Scotland, all of this region, Wales, is such a popular destination. So I think between the UK and India, there is no issue of co-production. There's no issue around co-production. But having said that, what is really exciting me is a film which I want to refer to. This year at IFFI, my dear friend Anupam Kher came up to me, and Shekhar Kapoor was there, because and we saw a film which will stay with me forever for the rest of my life, Boy with the Top Knot. And what a film it was. First time filmmaker, British girl, and Deepthi Naval and Anupam Kher, brilliant, absolutely, and Satnam Sanghera's story. I had read the book, I was so riveted. We did the world premiere. And I'm saying this on record, please play it loud for audiences. We did the world premiere of the film at International Film Festival of India, Goa. We didn't even bat an eyelid because the film lent itself to that absolutely heart-rending narrative of what clinical depression is, something that we are plagued with in urban societies. Every single day we hear such bizarre things, with young people. So I'm telling you, independent cinema is thriving in Great Britain right now, and I think Indian cinema, and with its own independent narrative, I think it's time to come together furthermore than what it already is.
And that's an interesting point you made about mental health in India, and that is something that you feel that India needs to tackle because it's a big problem, and there's something like, I don't know how many psychiatrists in India, it's a very low number, and for so long it's been a hidden issue, but the mere fact that the Boy with the Top Knot played at such a prominent festival, does that mean
house full?
Yeah.
We had absolutely chock-a-block house full. The largest theatre exhibition facility in Goa played the film. Absolutely chock-a-block.
So does that mean that Indians want to see those kind of films and tackle
Absolutely.
Those kind of
I mean, if Kishlovsky's Decalogue gets 2 kilometers of a line, that's what I'm saying. The celebration of cinema in India is that it just doesn't matter where the cinema is coming from. If you really want to look at a global narrative of cinema, you should come to IFFI and you should see people from all across the world travel to see these films. Also because we have a wide range and a wide variety of films which are produced and directed by young filmmakers in India. And we give them a platform. So it's amazing. It's just amazing the kind of response we get every single year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shailesh.
Thank you.
Pleasure.